Like it the up. When some days you just want to cry and it feel like you want to die, you have to somehow figure out how to get your together before you in front of your child. They don't talk about that. They do not. As easy as all their single parents looks, bro, this is really hard when your mental is beating your life. Like, I just want to cry so bad right now, but I can't. Life is just so crazy to me. Like, what people believe to be the happiest people are really going through the hardest times in life. And like, you literally have to pep talk yourself every day and just keep going. Like, it is literally not easy being me. But every day I have to look myself in the mirror and give me a pep talk that I one day hope I believe so I can finally feel better about my mother life. I just need a break. But then I remember there's somebody out here who is living a worse life than me, and I just need to be grateful because in some form of way, I am living in a prayer that I want to ask God for. And despite what I feel now, I need to be grateful for the little bit He has given to me because He will never give me more until I show gratitude for what is in front of me. This is the life of a single mom.
Okay. I remember when I lost my mind. They say, if it looked like a duck, quack like a duck. Look like the girls on the scooters, don't it? Baby hairs, tattoos everywhere, ratchet, they're all the same.
And this is why we poke fun at this toxic dating culture. She up here crying. She definitely has on the uniform of a single mom by choice. Of I don't need a man, I just want a man, F my baby daddy type ish. And now she up here crying about how hard it is. This is what we say: don't do this. Don't be all loud and wrong with your chest out, Bone Quisha. Then up here, boo, I just want to cry. I got to give myself pep talks every morning. Don't nobody care. I promise you. You did it to yourself. Then I hate when they got to bring religion and the Lord into it. The Lord would never give me more than I can handle. What you did this? The Lord ain't had nothing to do with your leg, your big toe in your ear. He had nothing to do with that. You did that. You and nugging them. All right. Nasty.
I it pulls at my heartstrings, y'all. Like, I'm not as cold as y'all are yet. Like, I see the uniform. I already knew it was Bonquisha. But it's something about those Bonquisha tears. They just really pull at my heartstrings. Like, I'm a mom with a husband, and my own husband will be like, "Bitch, don't nobody care. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. We need breakfast. We need to get to school. You got to get up. Come on, let's go. Like, get yourself up." I sit there. I try to snooze for 5 more minutes. You just can't as a mom. So it just, to know that they're doing this to themselves and they have no help, and it's the hardest job you're ever going to sign up for, and there's no taking it back. It's just, damn, y'all have ruined your lives. And y'all, it's not just your life you're ruining a new life. The baby's life is who we have to care about now. And with you having a mental breakdown in the bathroom with your kids on the other side of the door, should my heart and heartstrings be pulled for you, or should I be like worried about those children back there?
Listen,
like
I've said this. I my heart don't go out to them, but I wonder how they keep their sanity.
yeah,
Like, because I know, like, kids test you, they try you, they selfish, they like little dictators. You got to be in a healthy environment to deal with these little creatures. And Bonquisha is in the exact polar opposite of a healthy environment. My goodness, them babies kicking on the door. Mom, I want Cheetos, Mom, Takis. And she can't get a second of peace. She ain't got her baby daddy or her husband there to grab them kids. Say, get it, leave y'all mama alone. It's systems to this thing dealing with kids.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
When I'm on, my husband's off. When I need to be off, my husband is on, and we tag team it. And I just couldn't imagine Mr. Walker on the days where he's trying me because daddy ain't nowhere in sight for the next 18 hours.
Yep.
I can't imagine not having somebody to talk about that with,
Well, like I
And
say all the time, a lot of these women are cautionary tales. We come up here and we are speaking through them. You cannot save some of these people. They wouldn't save themselves if you gave them all the resources in the world. They wouldn't do it.
there you go. That part right there, Mr. X, you could come in here and try to save them with whatever. These kind of folks are self-sabotage. They're going to find a way to ruin a $10 million lottery ticket. They're going to find a way.
Crazy to me, like what people believe so bad right now, but I can't. Life is just so crazy to me, like what people believe to be the happiest people are really going through the hardest times in life, and like you literally have to pep talk yourself every day and just keep going. Like,
What does she mean by that? He said the people that y'all think are living this great life, those are that Instagram, these women on the beach and traveling and always in the hookah lounge every weekend. Seems wonderful, don't it? Wish they cry at night.
We know that. Been aware of that. It's all a facade. Yeah, they don't put the real stuff on IG, just the glitz and glam.
it's literally not easy being me. But every day I have to look myself in the mirror and give me a pep talk that I one day hope I believe so I can finally feel better about my mother life. I just need a break. But then I remember there's somebody out here who is living a worse life than me, and I just need to be grateful because in some form of way I am living in a prayer that I want to ask God for. And despite what I feel now, I need to be grateful.
Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about?
She sound like this that diamondology bull crap right here. They start bringing Jesus in it, and then they miss me with that.
Again, she said, I need to be grateful because I am currently in some way, shape, or form living in a prayer that I prayed for. I'm gonna keep saying that y'all are egregious and blasphemous. Y'all put limits and ceilings on what God can do for y'all. I don't believe this is God's work. I don't believe God is this cruel. And that's another thing. Okay, little confession. Growing up, I used to think that God was cruel. God is not this cruel. He is not. This is not the existence he wants for any of y'all. That's cap. This ain't it. You have free will. You can do this to yourself. Keep him out of it. You did this. He was not there when you was calling his name with Nug Nug on top of you. The Lord was not there.
Well, listen, she say this.
Everybody made me out to be this person just because of what they sing. But for real, I love the Lord and he loved me. You hear me?
That's it.
For the little bit he has given to me because he will never give me more. So I show gratitude for what is in front of me. This is the life of a single mom.
I'm glad that this video was made and that you guys sent it to me. And I always like to give credit back to the content creator, regardless of whether I agree with them or not. But I think we need to take a completely different angle and approach to this conversation because it speaks to the other side of what people usually would or wouldn't say when it comes to celebrating the single parent childhoods that a lot of these parents are creating for these children. And now we can slice this a lot of ways, but I'm gonna take a more empathetic approach because it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that day in and day out, first, the child, and I'm not speaking about her, I'm speaking about the environment that children are raised in. The child is the one that suffers the most from these decisions that are made on behalf of the parents. When people lay down and they open up their legs to have children, I don't think that they're really thinking about the consequences that come along with giving up your entire life And there have been several different videos of people that are basically saying that it's not even worth it to have a child. And I'm not saying that that's true, but I don't think that people are having a full conversation of what it takes. But instead, what they do is they continue to pass on bad behavior and generational curses and trauma that precedes them, and then they give it over into the next generation. And we're not living a life that we would want our children to live, and we have to make the sacrifice so we can do something different and get different results. But you can't turn it off. It's not a video game. It's not even a normal relationship where you can walk away and do your own thing and say, you know what, I want to divide myself against this person. No, when you got children, when you got a kid, it's on. It's up 100% of the time. And 98%, if you are a great parent, 98% of your decisions are going to be based around what's best for that child, including and should be included in this conversation whether or not they should be with their father or mother, whether or not they should be around their father and their mother. And that's why I don't really believe in co-parent.
That part. So we've been hitting on it a few weeks ago about a woman like her and millions more like her. And granted, most times it's from a nug, but there are cases to where the man is more responsible than these women, but they get the kids by default, and then they end up ruining generations of people when it could have been rectified. If you gave that kid to the dad, you could have saved generations.
And that is one of my biggest gripes with the way today's modern women move and the gynocracy. They want all authority, but they don't want to be held accountable for anything. They want, it's my kid, my child, my daughter, my son. But now that we have generations of young 3-year-olds living hot girl summers and drill rappers, now they like, where the daddies at? And we know the jig is up. We know all of the sick games that's played in these, family courts. It is what it is. But that's why we do this gynocracy that caused this madness, these ongoing generational curses. They don't take no accountability. You should not say nothing. You can't even talk to him. It's coming to a head now. As this is titled, man, it's coming to a head. The jig is up, the fix is in. All right, Big Mom, you got to answer for your transgressions towards your family, Big Mom. What you been doing?
I know that there's extreme situations that we need to take into consideration, but in a nutshell, you can't break up the family. You cannot break up the family. It's too hard to do it on your own. Do people do it on their own every day? Yeah, but not because they want to, because they don't have no choice, because you can't turn it off. You can't just give up on a child. You can't just say, okay, well, listen, I don't want to take you to school today. You can't say, I don't want to feed you today. You can't say that I don't have enough money. You got to go find it. And in a lot of instances, children push you to be the best version of yourself because you're doing something for more than yourself. Even if you go to Alcoholics Anonymous or you go to something that you're addicted to, they often at times tell you to do things for more than, like, look at or think about people that are more than yourself. And then that will help you to get through and push you through to being the best version of yourself, because we don't always do the thing that's best for ourselves. And that's why we are, not us, but as a culture, not me, but as a culture, there are so many single parent households. And so what this video is basically doing is telling you that there is a dark side to having children out of wedlock and or having children and raising children by yourself. It is so glorified. I cannot tell you.
So that part, yeah, I'll stop it here. Yeah, the net of it, we cannot advocate, for the single parent stuff. I mean, we can't. I wouldn't tell my daughter to do it. It's just a bad idea to have a kid outside of wedlock.
Ain't no way around it. I'm not too much a fan of the King James pamphlet, but I do agree with not having kids out of wedlock. These simple to me for the student project kid. This is common sense. But I guess growing up in the projects, being a child, the bone cushion nug, it's a gift and a curse. We have a different perspective. So like they asking now, they were never worried about the kids. That's the thing. This never had nothing to do with bringing kids, young little humans into this world and giving them a good chance at success and a fulfilling life. It had nothing to do with that. They was just free hunching. The baby was a byproduct. God dang it. That's it. Just a byproduct. And now it's here. And like Anton say, they wish they could turn it off, but they can't. It's here. It's sick. You know what? In the hood, I have heard this sick cry. These women want to be single moms by choice. I have heard them say they want to have a baby just only for one reason, so they can have another human that's going to always need them. I've heard that. They say, I want to have a kid so I know for sure there's someone that's going to always need me and love me. That is the basis of the gynocracy. It has nothing to do with the betterment of this child. It's very selfish. Appreciate your Kizo coming through. Says product of free hunching, nothing more.